Canadian Egyptian movement was something otherwise. It's not so-called trade union. Actually, the mill was being under suspension of work. It was a common phenomenon in CPIM regime. The workers revolted and they didn't come out of the mill. They told that it's not only the mill of the owner, it's our mill too. The reason behind it, there was no movement in Bengal after CPIM regime started. Our slogan was Sangharsh or Nirman. संघर्ष और निर्माण का concept is that संघर्ष के लिए निर्माण और निर्माण के लिए संघर्ष. There was no democracy, there was only party. चलो, you were in CPIM regime, go to take your bath, go to toilet, go to washroom, then go to school, go to college. So Bengal was spent up of them trying to get rid of.
Hello and welcome to the Statesman Talk with me, Deepti J. Verma. Today we are being joined by Ms. Dola Sen, who's a third-time member of Parliament from Rajya Sabha, TMC. Thank you for joining us, ma'am.
Namaste.
Namaste. I believe you started as a trade union activist. Were you into student politics also before that? How did your journey into politics begin?
I was in student politics for 7-8 years after completing my schools, class 10. From class 2 only, 11th standard, I started.
And you grew up in Calcutta?
Yes, born and brought up in Kolkata. And I've become general secretary also, GS also in student politics, students union in my college. I was in student politics for 7-8 years.
Which party were you in that time?
Left to left.
Left. Okay. How did you transition then?
I was in left to left student union firstly. Then after completing my studies, I was supposed to go to abroad for higher studies.
Yeah. What did you want to study?
I have got I-20 from University of America. From North Carolina. Everything was settled, finalized that I will go there for 5 years, 94 to 98. And full-time assistance also I have secured after completing my TOEFL and GRE, etc. A good percentile I have secured. But that time in 93, 94, there was a trade union movement, not of any political party, not of any mainstream politics also, but it was something which shook West Bengal a bit, a little bit at that time. I was interested what is happening over there. It's something otherwise, I thought, I felt. And I have gone there in 93, November, December, when the movement, that is Kanodiya Jute Mill movement.
Can you tell our viewers about that?
Yeah,
for younger viewers, what
I,
was it?
I have gone there, Kanodiya Jute Mill workers movement, to see what is happening, what is otherwise. And finally, after 2 months, November, December, I thought that I won't go to USA. I will learn the trade union or workers' activities, etc. over here. Kanodiya Jute Mill movement was something otherwise. It's not so-called trade union movement. Actually, the mill was being suspension of work, being under suspension of work. It was a common phenomenon in CPIM regime. Many mills have become closure and etc. etc. So that mill under suspension of work on 26th November to 1993. The workers revolted and they didn't come out of the mill. They told that it's not only the mill of the owner, it's our mill too. So they continued the production over there.
They took over.
They didn't take over, but they continued the production, and they was started running a common kitchen to survive.
How many mills did this happen?
Only
Only the one.
Kanoria Jute Mill, and it was Kanoria Jute Mill Sangrami Shromik Union. Kanoria Jute and Industries Limited, Sangrami Shromik Union. So I was amazed that the workers of closed mill took oath that they will survive, they won't die, they will run the show through common kitchen, they will run the show with medical dispensary, with the barefooted doctors, and they continued their production. It's something
Became like
different.
a small society. Like
It's something
self-serve,
different.
Yeah,
And their
self-sufficient.
argument was most interesting, that the mill is not only of the owners, it is of the workers too.
Did this resonate with you?
That's the reason. And the mill owner have gone to the Kolkata High Court, and High Court gave the dictum that yes, the mill is of the workers too, so they can stay in the mill, they can produce. So it's something different, it's
Yeah.
something otherwise, it's something
How
unlikely.
long did this last?
11 months.
And you were part of the movement.
Yeah, after
11
11 months, the mill was reopened on September 1994. I was supposed to go abroad on January 1994.
And you
So,
stayed on for this. And how did you get in touch with the,
so
Mark?
it's my start of politics somehow. I asked my mother. My parents were not
Too happy?
mainly my father didn't accept it easily. Obviously, he was correct in his respect, because he has done a lot for me to grow up and to become
Independent.
good, independent, and to become a good to make my career good, etc.,
Especially if you got a scholarship, and as you say.
etc. So he was very much upset. But my mother told, everyone lives for himself or herself. If you want to live for others, I have no objection. Generally, middle class family, mother, especially mother of girl student, doesn't speak so.
Yeah.
But I am lucky enough to have this kind of mother. So I took the chance. But that's the reason my father didn't allow me to enter his house for 5 years all through.
And he didn't speak to you for 5 years.
The 5 years,
Exile.
I was supposed to be in the higher studies. So he has blocked me for that 5 years.
And what did you do in this 5 years after the mill movement?
There only I stayed. I started living in workers' place, and it was too tough, especially at that time. I was in well-to-do family because my father was a gazetted officer of central government concern, Geological Survey of India, and I was the only child of my parents. I was in well-to-do family, and suddenly I have compelled to stay with them and live in workers' house. So I was not allowed in the factory premises because it is the workers are all male, so I had to be outside. And there was no electricity, there was no latrine, there was no washroom, there was no toilet in workers' house that time. So it was tough to
And what
cope
did
up.
the workers think of you? Did they understand why are you joining the movement, or why are you?
Yeah. They
took you-
accepted.
they accepted
They
you as a leader?
accepted not only myself. At that time, approximately 50 students,
Outsiders
50 outsiders or 50 students like myself mainly after completing 10, after completing 12, after completing graduation, after completing post graduation. 50 students have gone there and joined the movement. We were called Shohojogi Bondhu.
What is that?
That is the friend who helps.
The friend who helps. Okay.
Shohojogi. Shohojogita means helping,
Hmm.
and Bondhu means friend.
Hmm.
So we were called Shohojogi Bondhu by the worker. And probably that the reason behind it, there was no movement uh, in Bengal after CPIM regime started. But in history, we have learned freedom movement, Tevaga movement, food movement, even Naxalite movement in Bengal in 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s.
Always been a
But
hotbed.
after that, from 77 onwards, when CPIM regime started, no movement was there. Complete hierarchy, complete etc. Parties in politics were there and very dominating, very one-sided. So from the total time of upbringing, we didn't get any space
For dissent.
to take breath
Hmm.
and no chance of any movement. Um, so probably there was a hunger in
Like an
students like
undercurrent.
us, an undercurrent, students like us.
Hmm.
So only one movement for one factory, one jute mill with 3,000, 4,000 workers that shook total West Bengal a lot. That 50 Sahojogi Bondhu, 50 non-worker students have gone there to join, and they started staying also over there. But the girl Sahojogi Bondhu used to come from their house in the early morning and gone back to their
Except for
residence in
you
the
stayed
night.
on.
But I was compelled because my father didn't allow me in my house for that time.
And how did that lead you to Mamta Banerjee and the TMC?
Mm, that was not any movement where Mamtadi was the leader, but Mamtadi has gone over there. We have seen her for twice, thrice, 4 times over there. She has gone to support the movement. But that's not the clue of joining. I started learning trade union. I started learning social work. I started learning politics. I started learning declassing myself in many respect.
Mentally and physically.
Yes, in all respect.
Is that tough?
It was very tough, very tough. Generally, in the villages, the male members were allowed to
Crossover.
sleep in the uh, veranda,
Okay.
but the females are not. They were compelled to be inside the room, and the room must be shut by the doors and the windows. So, and there was no electricity, no fan, no wind. So it was too tough to, especially to complete the night time. It was suffocating. And every night, I remember, for the at least for the first 2 3 months, I used to cry, and I used to tell myself that let the morning become, I'll be back to Kolkata. No more
Activism.
sacrificing,
Yeah.
and no more considering this heat and temperature and etc. But each and every morning, I wake up and I told myself that I used to tell myself that I have to taken a challenge, whether it suits me, that I will be back to my home and I'll tell my father, Papa, I didn't
envision this life.
I am not able to
Cope.
cope the situation, and I am failed to accept the challenge. So that ego stopped me to do so. However, there was no toilet. That's another hurdle. I was not a swimmer. I didn't know swimming. So bathing in ponds, that was also
Scare you?
another challenge. No, not scaring. But every time I will think that everyone is looking after
Obviously
you.
looking at
We
you.
were habituated in flat culture.
Yeah, obviously
So
with
it's
proper
complete.
bathrooms.
Yeah, yeah. That's the challenge over there. There were many challenges like this, but somehow I managed, and I were there for 5 years.
Did that change you completely as a person
Yes,
and
yes,
readied you for
yes,
this life?
yes. That was my
Training
total
period.
training period, and I am very much indebted to Kanuriya Jute Mill workers, and obviously one of the political leaders of them, Purnendu Basuji, who has become cabinet minister afterwards in Mamta Diddi's regime. Yeah, I have learned everything from them, from the Kanuriya Jute Mill workers and from Purnendu Basuji, the political leader behind the movement. I was there for 5 years, and it completely changed my life in all respect.
And then did you join TMC right after?
No, 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 no. Then we have our slogan was Sangharsh or Nirman. It was the slogan of Shankar Guhuniyogi ji, were the good friend of Purnendu Basuji. They were involved in Dalli Rajhara, Chhattisgarh tribal movement. संघर्ष और निर्माण का concept is that संघर्ष के लिए निर्माण और निर्माण के लिए संघर्ष. That means the workers not only they will have to fight, but also along with the fight, they have to be creative, they have to be constructive, they have to be positive, they have to
Not
build
be
something
not be
also for
disruptive.
themselves.
Not
Yes,
just
the
disruptive.
not disruptive.
Activism.
So, as the Kanuriya Jute Mill workers started production, it was not disruption, and they got permission from court also. It was not disruption. They were positive and constructive in nature, and in Chhattisgarh also, that was the main point. So, to be the follower of Sangharsh or Nirman, we started Kanuriya Jute Moitri Shastho Kendro.
What is that?
That means health center for the workers with the barefooted doctors. And we have I have joined another hospital also, Belur Shromojibi Hospital. That is also was run by Indo-Japan steel workers. It is also in Howrah district. Kanuriya is also in Howrah district of West Bengal. So after that 5 years of primary learning of trade union and politics and social work and Sangharsh Nirman, etc., I continued from Belur to Kanuriya for the Nirman work, for the construction work, for the workers. Then in 2005-6 onwards, the Shingur movement started in Bengal. We, on behalf of Kanuriya Jute Mill, under the guidance of Purnendu Basuji, 50 workers and myself have gone to Singur for 20 days to do a survey work. What is the fate? What is the objective reality to learn, to understand? And we felt in those 20 days that what Kanuriya have failed to do, it has opened the mill, it has done lots in that respect in the society, but it has failed to get rid of the society or Bengal from CPIM regime. It was the ultimate target, probably, because they have become something that time, by that time. But we felt through that survey work in 2006 in Singur in November that what Kanoria didn't achieve, Shingur may achieve. There's the potential. That Shingur may achieve the goal to that, so that the Bengal can get rid of CPIM.
What was the main problem with CPIM at that time?
What not? In 34 years, they have become the ruler, they have become autocrat, they have become, there was no democracy, there was only party. You don't have anything of yourself. And the total Bengal heritage, Bengal's thinking, Bengal's sensitivity, those tradition Bengal
Ideals.
inherits, everything was shut down. Chalo, you were in CPIM regime, go to take your bath, go to toilet, go to washroom, then go to school, go to college. If you have any problem, come to party office.
Bengal is the seat of free thinking.
Party will dictate. Chalo, it's done. If you have any problem, you want to love anyone, come and take the permission from party office. If you want to marry anyone, come and take the permission from the local committee member or local committee secretary. It's not Bengal. So Bengal was spent up of them. So Bengal was trying to get rid of. Somehow, Singur was the key factor, which is a turning point. There is a turning point, very important turning point. Singur movement, and as well as the 26-day fasting of Mamata Banerjee. After we completed our survey work in Singur in November 2006, I have edited a book, Kanoria por Singur. That means where Kanoria didn't achieve, Singur will achieve. There is a potential. That's the behind the book, everything. And the survey work also, we have mentioned. Because Singur people was very adamant that we won't give any furlong of our land. It's our mother. We won't give it to CPIM regime. We won't give it to government. It's fertile land. It's not non-fertile. So if there is proposal of car making concern, so let the factory be in non-fertile land, not in fertile land. That was Singur. So with that published books, we have gone to Mamata Banerjee also, to many politicians also, other than CPIM and BJP and Congress. Because I was in left-to-left politics. So, and somehow Mamataji told that there is a very good objective reality, what we have achieved from the survey work from Singur. And she took it seriously. She accepted the book and she told us that she wanted to meet our leader. So we have taken our leader Punendu Basuji to herself. And we joined the Singur movement under her leadership. Bas. The journey started with Mamata Banerjee too, from 2006.
You haven't done electoral politics. You've been part of the Rajya Sabha thrice.
Actually, I've not done any mainstream politics from 93. Before 93, I was student. I was in student politics. Then not mainstream. 93 to 2006, I was in Kanoria and etc. Trade union movement. The otherwise trade union movement, not mainstream. From 2006 onwards, I was in Singur Nondigram Netai movement under the leadership of Mamata Banerjee. I was activist over there. I have learned too many things over there. in the movement. And the movement was 2006 to 2011. And then 2011 onwards, 20th May 2011, Mamtaji took the oath as chief minister for the first time. And on the 21st May 2011, she gave me the
Rajya Sabha seat.
no, she gave me the responsibility of being trade union president of Trinamool Congress trade union wing of the state.
Okay.
Because she knows my
Strength is
upbringing was from trade union from Kanoria Jute. So she has given me. But she's most unlikely of mainstream politics. That's why she has given me the chance. Because, trade union sector is a male-dominated sector. Usually the females are not in any party have become the president or secretary of the state. But I have given the chance. So I took the challenge and I started learning again and again. Now, after 10 years being state president of the trade union wing, INTTUC, Indian National Trinamool Trade Union Congress, from 2011 to 2021. Now, for the last 3 years, I am the All India president of INTTUC, our Trinamool Congress Trade Union Wing, to protest against the disinvestment, corporatization, privatization policy of Modi Babu regime. So I am privileged by Mamata Banerjee.
So that is your main focus of work? That's what you've been focusing on for the last 10 years?
Virtually, I am activist. Virtually, prefer movement. In true sense, I am activist. And I'm very much serious with my trade union learning. Each and every day, I learn trade union. For the last 31 years, I am a learner of trade union. And I'm privileged by Mamata Banerjee. I'm indebted, I'm honored, I'm lucky, I'm grateful to her that she has given me chance. So for the 13 years, for the 10 years I'm the state president, I was, and for the last 3 years I'm the All India president of any mainstream political party's trade union wing. No female other than me got this type of chance.
Is she a big supporter of women that way? In the sense, do you like working for her for that reason?
She believes in women empowerment. So she gives chance to women so that they can also prove them. I'm trying to prove myself.
And is there any time that you've been disillusioned under her regime? Or you've been happy with the way the trade union?
No, I'm very much happy with my trade union work, with my presidentship and etc.
Is this where you saw when you first fought for it?
2015 onwards, I am in Parliament. This is the third term I have got. In that way, also, I'm very much grateful to my party and to my leader.
What have your contributions been through that role?
Rajya Sabha member are the representative of the state, of the upper house, being in upper house. So I try to represent my state over there. And in Modi Babu's regime, our Bengal is very much deprived in all respect. So I used to try to mention those points mainly. And there were many anti-people things also in this new BJP regime's policy. That also we want to fight back and we protest. And being opposition, according to constitution, if you think, opposition का फर्ज बनता people's voice उठाने के लिए. If treasury bench fails, then it's the duty, responsibility of the opposition to raise the people's voice. We try every time in Parliament, in Rajya Sabha, to do so.
Okay. And what do you think is on her agenda as a third-time CM? What is her vision for the state that you?
She is very much positive, and she is very much unlikely in all respect. She can think. She has unique ideas. Uh, she's something. So, mm, only one thing I will tell, you can understand. Many things she has done for the state. Only one thing I'll mention, that you know that in our constitution in 1950 onwards, there were written by Ambedkar ji and all eminent personalities that food, clothings, shelter, education, and health is our fundamental rights of every independent citizen of independent India. But it was written in the book only, in the constitution. It was not in our life. Mamta ji is the first person who started the implementation of those points. These are the fundamental rights. So chalo, isko implement karo. She has started the implementation so that every independent Indian, every independent Bengali can understand, oh, it's my fundamental right.
This should have been a basic
So
thing.
through Khadyo Shati, they have started getting 70% of the population is below poverty line in India. It's the fate of us. Now also, after 75 years of independence, it's true. We all are responsible for that. So, from Khadyo Shati scheme, she started giving 5 kg rice or wheat per head per family, so that she can, the right to live, right to food may be there. Then only with the ration rice and wheat we can survive. If you are in deep distress, you need money to buy oil, to buy potato, to buy vegetables. So she started giving Lokir Bhandar to the women member of the family, each and every family. If there is one member, if there is two, if there is three, all of them will get Lokir Bhandar. The financial assistance from the state
But how will the
government.
state progress with all this? This is obviously giving to the citizens.
We belong to welfare state,
Yeah.
and we are very much poor in nature, because 70% of our population are still below poverty line. So first, to survive them, first
That's the first.
yes,
That's
it's
the
the
first
priority,
of the
that
state.
so that they also can understand, okay, fooding, lodging, clothing, education, and health is our fundamental right as an independent citizen. So the 70 schemes, 80 schemes of Mamta Banerjee's government to protect them, to ensure their fundamental right. That was written in the constitution, but here started the implementation. From Konyasri to Shobut Shati, from Jubosri to whatever. 80 schemes were there all over. Manavik, for the handicapped, for everyone, for the girl child, for every deprived one. That's the first and foremost thing, because we 30% are privileged already.
Yeah.
But those who are not,
They
the
have to come in
government
power.
has the first task to serve them, so that they also feel, okay, right to food is of mine also, right to live is of mine also, right to education is of mine also, it's my right also, right to health is of my right also. A simple example, I'm MP, 3-term MP. So if my father is no more now, myself and my mother is in my family. I'm single because I took politics as my mission.
Did you reconcile with him?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I took politics as my mission. So I'm single. It's very conscious decision. Otherwise, in male-dominated society like ours, I can't be here where I am now. However, if my mother gets sick, and if in government hospital where there is everything free, if there is no chance of getting rid of that disease, then I have power, I have capability to treat my mother in Ames or in Vellore or in any private nursing home. But every citizen of Bengal, of India, also deserve that according to our constitution. But it's not the objective reality. Now, with the scheme of Shastho Shati of Mamata Banerjee, the last person of Bengal also are eligible for that. If her or his mother is sick to a very deep extent, he is also enabled to take her to Ames or to Vellore or to any private nursing homes. It's the main thing according to our constitution. It was not in reality. Mamta ji has brought it in reality.
Okay, and why do you think BJP, even with all its power and its its might, has not been able to penetrate the Bengal region?
Because not only to serve the poor people, not only to implement the fundamental rights for the 70% who are in BPL, Mamtaji has done a lot other to that also. Likewise, I'm from trade union, I'm giving an example. There were approximately 76 lakhs 80,000 strike, mandates loss. 76 lakhs 80,000. That means almost 77 lakhs mandates loss were there in CPIM regime on an average due to strike. But now, for the last 13 years, it has become zero. Mamtaji has requested the workers, and they has requested ours also, the trade union leaders, not to do strike anymore, because Bengal is very much suffering from strike, and it's not positive for Bengal. So the workers of Bengal has stopped it.
So do you think
So
it's
without-
a people connect?
Yes, without strike, we are improving, we are going further. And not only that, for the workers, after 33 years of CPIM regime, Mamtaji's first labor minister, Purnendu Basuji, under Mamtaji's leadership, has published minimum wage gazette notification also for the organized workers according to WHO guideline, and unlikely of CPIM regime, only 2200 calorie. The workers started taking to get 2700 calorie per worker, per head. So it was the criteria of the minimum wage gazette notification after 33 years in 2011. And not only that, in early 2012, Purnendu Basuji, the first labor minister of Mamtaji's regime, under the leadership of Mamta Banerjee, has published Shamajik Mukti Prokalpo. That means independence for the unorganized workers. Then if you are unorganized worker, there are 63 sectors, and 93% workers are from unorganized sector. Only 7% are in organized sector. Unorganized sector includes the carpenters, the transport workers, the mason, the construction workers, the bidi workers, the vendors, the hawkers, the railway hawkers, the ICDS people, the household dwellers, everything. The 63 sectors are there in unorganized sector. So they have started scheme for the unorganized worker also. Shamajik Mukti Prokalpo. That's the scheme that if you enroll yourself as a unorganized worker in state government's labor department, the 25 rupees of yours contribution of your contribution and the 30 rupees of government's contribution, all the 55 rupees will be given by state government. And after your retirement, after the age of 60, you will get 2 lakhs or 2.5 lakhs or 3 lakhs of PF. You will get pension every year. It was amazing for the unorganized worker. Never ever they have got it. But from 2011 onwards, they are getting it in West Bengal. So the minimum wage gazette notification, the tripartite settlement for the organized worker, and the Shamajik Mukti Prokalpo, the social security for the unorganized worker, helped them a lot. So the workers started listening Mamata Banerjee and they stopped doing strikes. So it helped our economy, it helped our industrialization.
So she's
So
obviously
all
understood.
embracing view
Yeah,
she had.
she understands the state like no other. And
Yeah,
honestly.
she has a comprehensive view.
Yeah, which is
overall.
difficult for somebody from outside to get.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And all the best for the future.
Thank you.
If you like the episode, do not forget to share it and also like, share, and subscribe to all our social media channels. They are listed below.